Hey y'all, She's a Keeper is where raw honesty meets womanhood in the digital age. Hosted by Morgan B. and Fran, this podcast unpacks the messy truth about modern dating, male fragility, rage bait culture, and what it means to stand in your feminine power without losing your softness or your sanity. It lingers when we're done. You believe God is the one. So, okay, Francis, let's pick up where we left off. Your friend.
A potential, not a friend, because that
Okay.
person is not my friend.
Potential. How long have you
Potential.
been talking?
Okay, so see, this is where it gets a little tricky because in like the gay world, talking to somebody for a week could feel like months or even a year. I don't
Okay.
know what it is about. Maybe it's more of a emotional connection or, mental connection versus I feel like on the heterosexual side, it's a little more, you got to work for you got to get to know them, like all that kind of thing, like
Okay,
it's
so
just
we catch
it's just a
feelings
little different.
fast.
Yes, we can. The
Okay.
feelings are caught fast. You can try to be as old school as you
Express.
want, but at the end of the day, feelings are caught very fast. I feel like just because women's feminine energy is very strong and very passionate, it's a lot of
Yeah, it's
passion.
expedited. It's express
Exactly,
delivery. Okay.
exactly,
Got
there you
that.
go.
All right. So 3 months is like 3 years. We in the
Correct.
game. We got skin in the game.
we
Okay.
in there.
All right. So now I guess she is showing her true colors and is expressing those emotions in a controlling way.
So the problem is, you know I'm a mother, right? I'm a mother. Like, have that
I'm a
situation.
mother.
I'm a mother. That's number one above anything else, right? And my thing with that is I'm looking for somebody in this wonderful pool of dating that is going to understand that even though I'm not with my son's other mother, like I'm still going to treat her with respect because I need to set the standard to show him that that's what you do. Just because you didn't work out don't mean that you treat that person poorly or badly. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I can
So
contest to that. I agree.
so that's my biggest thing. And so, Shorty over here coming in talking about like accusations. Like it started with accusations. So these are like all the red flags. Started with the accusations. Like, oh, why y'all playing family? This isn't good for your kid. And I'm like, who are you? Who wait, what? Who?
Mhm.
Where are we going here? Where are we going here? So that was the red flags. Then, like, it was just a lot of toxicity and already early. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm too grown for this. I don't have time for this. Like, you got too much time on your hands to be expecting me to text you every free moment that I got. Like, no, we're not doing that.
All right. So we know that she catches feelings fast, or in this dynamic, feelings are caught fast.
Yes.
I personally feel like, because just to put it out there, I've been single for some time now, but I just feel like assumptions that people make or project onto your life are more so their personal patterns,
Right.
meaning that they usually are making these assumptions based off of insecurities and things that they haven't dealt with personally one on one with themselves and maybe a therapist. I don't know, who knows. But it sounds like you are the sounding board in her life. So, like, her insecurities probably stem from, the regular norm, cheating, um, all those things. So, and she's in the fight or flight mode where she wants to beat you to it. So she's asking you all the questions
Hmm.
because she's pretty much projecting her past relationships onto the current relationship, which to me is unhealthy.
Absolutely. And this is the thing, I'm no saint and I've owned that. I've owned my past and the things that I've done. And I always make it a point to say that up front because some people they have their own stereotypes about people who have, stepped out on whatever on said relationships. And, you know, I I'm an open book. I don't hide nothing. Like I'll let it be known like what happened and this, that, and the fourth. And so I just, for me to like be open and then for her to kind of like twist it and make it like it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing that I have a decent relationship with my son's other mother. It's a bad thing that we
Girl,
do
that's the
things
same thing that
exactly.
heterosexual relationships go through. I
So
mean,
see,
that's
okay,
just insecurity.
so there
Jealousy?
you go.
Yeah. So, okay. I,
Okay, so I got a question for you. I got a question for you.
okay.
Let's say you made strapping gentleman over here. You know,
In Texas, in Austin?
yeah, sure, in Texas and in Austin.
That's
He's check.
unbelievable though.
Listen,
Because
let's just go there.
I
Let's just
can't
go
even
there. Let's
imagine
have a
meeting
moment
people like that here.
because we both know that what you're looking for,
It's
there
not
those type.
here.
You're a lie. You're a lie. You just haven't got out. You're a lie.
It's not here.
I know that it's here because I've seen it. I know that it's here.
Then where
So
do I go? Because
I already
maybe
told
that's
you.
where I'm okay.
You're not going to those places. I already
I'm
told you
not.
where to go. You got to
Clearly,
go
I'm not.
wet
I'm a
on
homebody, by the
the
way.
west
If
side
you're
of
looking for
Mopec.
me, you have to be packaged, sealed, signed, delivered to my door. Okay.
Moving on. Moving on. You have to go on the west side. But let's say if you find some strapping gentleman and he checks all your boxes, but he comes to you and he's honest. He's like, before you find out, I'm gonna tell you, I did this, that, and the third with my ex-wife. We have a kid together, whoop de woo. Like, how would you receive that, or would you receive it?
Well, I will say this. Part of my I guess solo healing journey, because I've been single for so long, has to do with a similar scenario that started just like that. Like supposedly ex-wife with kids, and you know, I enjoy a blended family. Why? Because I don't plan on having any more kids. And in the world
Right.
we live in today, coming across someone at our age, my young fly age of 29, you ain't gonna catch nobody with yeah, no, I'm joking, you guys. I am not 29. Any potential bachelors, I am well off in my 30s. A little seasoned too. So yeah, anyone of our age will likely come with kids and a past, which is fine
Mm,
because growth is everything. Like it's not where you came from, it's where you're headed or where you are and
hmm
where you're going, right? What did you learn? How are you becoming a better person from what you've experienced or dealt with? So my last situationship, because I don't even think it was like a relationship, it had to do with that same scenario. I was lied to. I was bamboozled. And that to me has created the cultural identity I have with Southern
Men.
men. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they're the type that want, I mean, don't get me wrong, coming from the East Coast, having your cake and eating it too. I've dealt with men who have like tried to do the, string of women, like, this, that, and the third. Like that's just normal male behavior. But down here, it's to the point where you can be so financially set up that both of y'all are actually living in two separate addresses
hmm
and the paperwork has yet to be filed. And then you can walk
hmm
around town saying that you're divorced. She can walk around town saying that she's divorced or separated or whatever her story is. And the only two people that know the truth are, well, the flying monkeys. The people that know the truth are the two of you and the families that are connected to the both of you,
Right.
which to me is like the ultimate
That's deception in a
deception.
nutshell. Good Lord.
Yes.
Like,
Especially
okay.
like when you have pure intentions, you're pure of heart. Also, when you walk into something with the idea of you're open to blended families, right?
hmm
My child with your kids and this, that, and the third. So you're already with an open mindset and they take advantage of that. So for me, I feel if I did meet someone, right, that did have a past, has an ex, has this, has that, I hate to say this, gentlemen, but you will be highly investigated. So it's either you say it up front now, or I will figure it out in a matter of days, because it don't even take months or weeks and things
Okay,
like
but
that,
see, there it is right there. There it is right there. My point. You said for them to be upfront and honest and forthright, like
Hmm.
from jump. And that's what I was. And it's like she took that and manipulated it into, oh, you still got feelings for your ex. Oh, that chapter ain't really
But
closed.
let's not
Oh,
take away the fact that the representative still exists in the game.
I mean, that's true. That is
Yeah,
true.
I believe that every person you meet is a representative. And, also you got to
Listen,
understand that there are people out there that they actually enjoy the game of being who they believe you want them to be.
well, if
That's
that's
why
the
the
case, she
representative is
missed the
there.
mark. She
Mhm.
missed the mark. She missed
Yeah.
it so
So
bad.
I feel like the representative is showing up and they're watching your body language, they're watching your behaviors, they're calculating like how long it takes for you to text back. They're calculating the word, like everything they are absorbing. They are in the moment of trying to identify who you are while you're just here, just trying to get to know someone. The difference between you and them is that you're not trying to calculate your next move, whereas they're trying to figure out how do they get you wrapped around their finger, right? That to me is it's still alive and present. And I just feel like discernment is what's going to identify them for me personally. I feel like I can just sit with you, maybe have a few conversations with you, and I'll know like I'll start questioning like, is this really like who this person is? Or,
Hmm.
because to me it sounds like she gave off a great representative. And then once it got serious within like the 3 months or whatever, because, you got to fast track the timeline in this scenario, she then felt like she was in a position where she can question what it is
Correct.
that you're doing, where you're
Right.
going, this and the third. And I
And
think she got
I
that based off
haven't
of
even
her.
committed to her. Like I'm not like,
Oh
okay,
no, you don't
let's
have
try
to.
this. Let's be in this and that and the third. But you're gonna sit there and try to tell me like what it is, and I'm like, no, like if that was the case, that would have, that would have happened already. Like, no. Like let's be real. Like you got some lingering things going on within yourself. And I'll even go as far
Sometimes
to
you
say
just
some
gotta
like
let.
trust issues.
I would say this. Sometimes, people don't like the raw, unfiltered conversations, and sometimes,
Right.
like and this is probably why I'm single because I'm very just like to the point. I don't have time to waste. I live in my little world where it's like when I see it, I say it. I and if you tell someone like, look, this isn't going to work, I think you have a lot of insecurities, and I think you need to. I would suggest, that you work on that.
Which
They
happened,
take offense to it,
and what happened? A whole crash out. A whole crash out.
and then that's how you
Multiple
know
back to
that it
back
was all a
calls,
ploy.
back to back texts,
It was a coup.
like the admitting the L bomb was dropped. Like, yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah, that's the manipulation. I feel like that just. Where's she from? Stay tuned for episode 2, where we will dig into whether location has a bigger role to play in the actions of a potential partner, because sometimes the environment shapes the energy more than we realize. Thank you for listening to She's a Keeper. Remember, love should bring peace, not pressure. If someone's presence starts to feel like control instead of connection, that's not chemistry, that's manipulation. Keep trusting your gut, keep choosing your peace, and most importantly, keep being her. Stay tuned because we've got more real conversations coming your way.